Good to all participants.
Respected Principal in Charge, Chang College,
Respected
President IQAC Cluster, Officials
official
IQAC Cluster,
IQAC Cluster,
Associates,
associate
Assistant
assistant
Professors,
professor,
and all the dignitaries.
all the dignitaries.
I welcome each and every
I
one to the
welcome each and everyone to the
4 days National
4-day
Online Workshop
national online workshop
on preparations of
on
revised
preparation
AQAR.
of revised AQAR.
This workshop was
This workshop was
organized
organized
with an
with an
objective
objective
to reach out
to reach out
as many
as many
institutes,
institutes,
mainly
mainly
focusing on
focusing on
Northeast
Northeast
region,
region,
to
to
clarify
clarify
the
the
doubts lingering
lingering
on the matrices of
of
the
the
revised
revised AQAR.
AQAR. We have experts from
From
IQAC
IQAC
clusters,
clusters,
kindly follow the
follow
SOPs
the
or guidelines
or guidelines
that was uploaded
that was
in
uploaded
the WhatsApp group.
in the WhatsApp group.
Hope and pray
Hope and praying
that this workshop
that this workshop
will be very much
will be
beneficial
very much beneficial
to each and every
to
participant.
each and every participant.
Without wasting much
Without
time,
wasting much time,
I request
I
our principal
request
in
our
charge, Sir Long Dijang Sadir, to
to
deliver
deliver
the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon to you all. It's my extreme pleasure to extend my warm welcome to each and every one of you as we begin our 4 days online workshop on preparations of revised AQAR, which is really organized in collaboration with IQAC Cluster India. At the very outset, let me extend my gratitude to all the STEM resource persons from various parts of the country who have consented to share your knowledge and expertise in this workshop. I'm sure that all the participants shall be extremely benefited out of this workshop. A warm welcome also to all the participants for taking your time to attend this workshop. Southern College is indeed extremely privileged to host this occasion, which is indeed a rare opportunity. Our college is only recently been accredited by NAC, and therefore it still has a long way to go in terms of transforming the college into an institution that is focused in disseminating quality education. This workshop is crucial to our college and our next step towards achieving sustainable quality education. We are still trying our best to reach out and improve ourselves in spite of the various challenges and difficulties facing ahead. Desire to become better is what makes the Southern College an ideal institution of higher learning. I am very optimistic and positive that during our 4 days workshop, about the preparations of revised AQAR. I also believe that out of the workshop, we would all learn the importance on how educational institutions should not compromise with quality education. Remember that sustainable quality education must be a key word, and that whatever knowledge we gain must be best utilized for our students' community. I once again wish to thank all the resource persons and wish to every best wishes to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I now give time to Professor Piyush Bade, HV Desai College, Pune, for the glimpse of IQAC cluster and institutionalizations of college IQAC. Before he starts his presentation, let me just highlight a short profile of Professor Piyush Bahade. Professor Piyush Bahade is the head Department of Zoology at HB Desai College, Pune, and has more than 30 years of teaching experience. He is the president of IQAC Cluster, and as the founder member, he has contributed as the speaker, model designing, developing quality assurance with an experience of more than 5,000 hours of training on quality-related issues. He is also the advisor and academic expert for corporate industries. As a soft skills trainer and advisor of HRDC Pune, conducted more than 1,100 workshops. He is also the members of BOS Zoology, Syllabus Committee, and IQAC members of different autonomous colleges. He has also published books of many also presented many papers in national conferences and also chaired sessions in National Conference for Zoology. I now give the remaining time to Professor Piyush Bahade for his presentation. Now the time is yours, sir.
Thank you very much. Of South Chang College, respected management members, respected teachers, and my colleagues from different parts of the nation. Thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure to be with South Chang College. And we have a special affiliation and affinity for the Northeast, for Kashmir, and especially for those areas which are very small and they deserve more attention. I'm thankful to Kangude sir for his great effort to see to it that the things work very well. He has been toiling very hard. And with this brief, let us look into what is IQAC cluster. There are a very large number of people whom I can see and I know their names and they know IQAC cluster, but there also are many people who do not know IQAC cluster. IQAC cluster is a movement for the colleges into which they serve. IQAC cluster into institutions and to help people wherever they may be by every possible means. Definitely helps institutions in their AQARs, in their SSRs by guidance. But that's not all. That's just one part of the story. IQAC cluster conducts a variety of webinars related to quality. Of course, webinars on AQAR and SSRs. IQAC cluster also helps in conduct of variety of kinds of audits such as green IQAC cluster comes out with a variety of magazine, what do you say, as manuals to support the process and the cause of quality. And currently, IQAC cluster is now involved not able to work effectively. One very important aspect of IQAC cluster is to create local leaderships and develop those over there. So it is not just that we are a team. Very recently, in February, a new IQAC cluster, the South India cluster, has been started, and we are very proud of it. It is placed in Bengaluru. So if an organization approaches us and says that we want to help, we will help. Whether it is IPR, whether it happens to be short-term courses for students. We have our and by before I forget, let me tell you, the program that we are conducting, there's a manual for it that we have created. It's on AQAR and it's wonderfully written by our team. I will request all of you to please purchase those manual if you don't have it. That tells you all the steps that you have to go through while filling up the AQAR or for filling up the SSR. It also when you are filling up the AQAR, your queries get solved out over there itself. We have a Google group which helps you in sending the mails. We have a Telegram group which has almost a Telegram group with more than 3,800 members. Your problem is our problem. And customized answer is the solution. So wherever you are in India, whatever problems you face, in case you don't get our numbers, just go on IQAC cluster on the website. You will find all the details. You can contact people, you can talk to them, you can interact. Simplest way is just post them on. About IQAC cluster, let us start with something called as institutionalization of IQAC. This is a word that has come from NAC. And what is that? A few years ago, when they made a mention that IQAC should be institutionalized, and we kept on wondering what it could be. Let us see what is institutionalization of IQAC. You're able to see two pictures over here. One happens to be a marriage. We call marriage as an institution. And the other one is a family. We call families also as an institution. Institutionalization means the process of embedding some concept. And therefore, institutionalization of IQAC means making IQAC important if it is not in your institution. Making quality play a lead role if it is not there in your institution. If it is in your institution, to see to it that it gets due respect. That is what institutionalization means. What are the efforts of NAC and government to institutionalize IQAC? Number one, IQAC is created by NAC. That is, IQAC is endorsed by NAC. When you are filling up the NAC report or when you're filling up the AQAR report, there's a question that comes. Establishment date of IQAC. What is that? It is an effort to institution. A apex committee called as College Development Committee or CDC. The IQAC coordinator is the member of CDC directly. He does not have to go for elections. This is endorsing IQAC. AQAR is to be prepared by IQAC. Authorization for CAS is to be done by IQAC. Representation in decision-making bodies, IQAC must be present. Documentation is and its analysis is to be done by IQAC. This is institutionalization of IQAC. Institutionalization promotes the acceptance of the authority. Yes, we accept IQAC as an authority. And therefore, IQAC needs to be institutionalized. Now, why IQAC? This is the second question that comes into picture. You're able to see two pictures over here. There is a veil in both the cases. Both the ladies are extremely pretty, beautiful. But then, what you're able to see over here is that in one of the veils, you're able to see that the lady can see through. In the second case, the lady cannot see through and the world cannot see the lady. Now, IQAC promotes transparency in the institution and therefore IQAC must be present. When I took these two pictures, transparency plays a key role in quality in an organization. Now, when you all have this instrument called as a mobile. A mobile cannot work without apps. You may put on the mobile, but it won't work. It will remain on, but for you to communicate, an app is necessary. If NAC is the mobile, IQAC is the app. You cannot go for NAC without IQAC. And therefore, IQAC plays a very important role. IQAC works for NAC in developing quality. IQAC is the push button for NAC. IQAC is the key to the door of NAC. And therefore, IQAC plays a big role. When we talk of quality, I recollect 3 steps of quality. Long time ago, for the final year of teaching, that is 3rd year of teaching, my college used to have the best teachers. Highly experienced, seasoned teachers will teach 3rd year. For the 2nd year, there were good teachers. And for the 1st year, there were some good teachers and some average new teachers. I used to keep on wondering, why is this so? One day I asked a senior teacher, the senior teachers monitor them very well. Quality control. We are controlling the quality. I asked them, what about the 1st year where the teacher is not trained? That is where you are able to see quality assurance coming into picture. The teacher who's going to coming in is qualified. The teacher who's going to coming in is experienced. The teacher who's going to coming in knows how to teach. But the world has grown bigger than that, and you're able to see quality systems. Let me see to it that the student who's coming to me is worth it. Quality system. Let me look. Let me look at the syllabi that we are offering if it is an autonomous college. Fantastic. Quality system. Let me look into the picture that the teachers who are going to cater to this. Let me look into the fact that the student who's going to pass out is going to pass out with wonderful flying colors. Quality system. Let me see to it that the student who is going to pass gets a job or goes for a senior study or a higher study. Takes care of quality assurance systems at every stage. Now, what are the objectives of IQAC? Those are the same ones which are with that of NAC. NAC has made a mention as consistent, that is continuous, regularly. Action to improve the academic and administrative performance. It means IQAC takes care of academics and of administration. And so IQAC looks after two areas, academics and administration. Well, how does IQAC do that? IQAC takes initiatives to see to it that every component of the college performs function and function. For example, there's an English department in, let us say, Siddhivinayak College. I know the head of the department is here, she's here. If conference, then in that case, IQAC will be promoting it. How will it promote? It will say, give the proposal, we can hand it over to the principal. It 22,000. It will be better, or 25,000. IQAC is promoting it. IQAC will see to it that the quality measures are being practiced properly by English department. But it is the initiative of IQAC. It may also happen so that IQAC itself is conducting a short-term course for teachers. This is the second way IQAC takes an initiative. But IQAC assures that quality is being maintained, quality is being promoted, quality is being increased, and it is everybody's business. This is how IQAC works. Now, what all work? Conducts audits. What is an audit? Audit is self-assessment, self-check. Many of us, after completing the age of 40, we go to the pathology laboratory. Please check my urine sample and tell me whether I'm fine. The person says, do you have any problem? No, I don't have any problem. I'm sure all of you keep on checking yourself. Sometimes you are 4 kilometers away from your place. Let me walk down today. Why? Let me check whether I can really walk for audit. auditing the teaching methodology is the first job. You find a variety of audits. ISO is an audit, NAC is an audit, a website could be audited, green audits can be done, energy audits can be done, gender audits can be done, fire audits can be done. All these audits have been mentioned by NAC in its report that you need to create these, you need to check these, you need to see to it that this job is being done. When we check ourselves, we understand our that time there would be a pre-audit, then an audit, then a post-audit, and then you are able to see all these aspects will be taken care by IQAC. IQAC itself may conduct an audit, or it may hire people from outside and say that please check the system and let me know where are. The second job of IQAC happens to be, I'm sure you must be noting down these points. The second job of IQAC is meaningful documentation. IQAC is responsible for documentation. But for what are they documenting? They are documenting so that they can analyze their documents. They can check themselves and come out with a solution. What kind of documentation can be there? Yes, there can be academic documentation, where teachers, departments, committees, councils, etc., can be documented. Then there is an administrative documentation where they will be looking into whether the office procedures are going fine or not. And there can be a third kind of documentation, which is governance and strategic kind of documentation. Writing down of policies, planning for the year, strategic document preparation, academic calendars, etc., are strategic documents. You have a question in criteria 6 where we talk about strategic planning that comes in over here. It also comes with documentation. Now, IQAC collects a variety of documents: student records, policy documents, protocols, standard operating procedures, certificate of analysis, certificate of compliances, checklists, classified documents, activity sheets, log sheets, training assessment formats, peer assessment formats. Is busy all the time. A part of that happens to be policies. IQAC should create a policy for good documentation. That means this documentation with respect to good planning, with respect to giving, now how do you document? I have seen this kind of documentation being done by IQAC coordinators. Tomorrow you will be submitting your documents and people say, how will I prepare it tomorrow? Give me time. So good planning makes a big difference. Let me share, when I was an IQAC coordinator, I used to float a mail 15 days in advance. Something fantastic used to happen. People used to see the mail and they did not see the mail. I mean to say they used to see the mail, but they never talked about the mail. After 8 days, document collection would come on the notice board. It means you have given 8 days, 8 days are over, now 8 days are remaining. Now it is on the notice board, people start looking at it, they start discussing it out. They will say this IQAC does not have any work. हमको कागज मांगते रहती है, keep on asking documents. 3 days in advance, a notice starts floating out. Everybody sees it and has to sign it. And now people start working. It would mean that actually it's only a 3-day work, but then you have to give time to people. It's not only giving time to people, it is creating their mentality that you have to work. Better. If the work is done in a way, in a good way, promote it. Look at this particular IQC coordinator or this head. He has done such a wonderful piece of work. See to it that you keep an excellent communication. And when you're doing all this, life is not going to be easy with you. Keep a big eye. We have to see to it that the work is done. If you do this, you will be a good documenter. If people need help, give them some help. Because over a period of time, they will develop their habits. The third job that you are able to see. IQAC will encourage the self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy, and innovations. It will try to take the institution towards research. It will try to take it along with the higher stakeholders of the institution. And therefore, it's going to be very important. Furthermore, it is going to follow the footsteps of NAC. NAC promotes global competence. That is, the skills that we are going to give, they should be globally useful. It should promote quest for excellence. It must promote core values of the family, of the society. It must promote national development. It must promote quality framework. And lastly, it must promote technology, information communication technology. These are the 6 core values given by NAC. They are to create your own document. This is one more part. For example, the core values of the institution are: we respect diversity of the students, teachers, sustainability of the unit, community development, innovation, integrity and transparency, human rights. These could be some of our core values. We should write down our core values. Now, what does IQAC do? Number one, it sets highest academic standards, high quality. Second part, it tries to eliminate the defects. Thirdly, the vision and mission statement plays a very important role. It tries to align us with the vision and mission statement. Fifthly, it promotes student-centric learning. And lastly, nowadays, it also comes with return on investment approach. That is what you are able to see, best value for money. This is what IQAC does. So IQAC should be accountable. IQAC should be purposeful. IQAC should be transformational. IQAC should be exceptional. And therefore, IQAC plays a very important role. IQAC must promote global competencies, collaboration, problem solving, management system, common core values. All these are related to global competencies. Now, when we are talking about IQAC, what more IQAC can do? See, there is so much of work that IQAC has to do. IQAC is not an easy post. It's a difficult post. It should promote education. It should promote employment. It should promote environment. It must be a dedicated lot. Then, what more can IQAC do? Fourth point, IQAC can be helpful in ICT teaching. Now, how will IQAC teach ICT? IQAC can create an environment whereby people go in for ICT. This ICT-based teaching plays an important role because it involves mentoring, it involves self-paced learning, it includes feedback mechanism, it includes multiple sources and multiple technologies. It helps easy assessment and freedom from repetitive work. It talks about ICT courses, and therefore ICT is one important role that IQAC plays. Then there is one more. IQAC promotes quality, quest for excellence. And then you're able to see IQAC is also responsible for production of policies. It's very important. Policy leads to making a policy, it leads to benchmarking, it leads to execution of the policy. It helps us in designing out methodologies. It helps us in creating awareness. And therefore, IQAC has a lot of work to do. Whenever there are quality audits, at that time, there is one thing that we cannot forget. If there is an audit, there is a benchmark. If you have done an audit without a benchmark, it is not an audit. For example, when will come into picture. If you say our sanction strength is 120. Who has given this number? Government has given this number. What is the benchmark? 120. Now, how many students have passed that examination at the end of the year? 120. You have achieved your benchmark. But assume so that there are 120 students and you could not fill up 120 and only 50 have been filled up. That would mean that you have not filled up 70 students. It means we are far away from the benchmark. A very large number of ladies are over here and they happen to be excellent cooks in their house. In Pune, that I am able to see, the lady asks you in the morning, says that how many chapatis are to be made for you, and then you answer 2, 3, 4, 1. Comes home from her work and she lifts up the chapati box and she sees that 6 were to be made and 2 are still pending. So she starts asking who has not eaten those additional 2 chapatis. And then it's the husband and she says that I had told you how many chapatis you need is the number I will make. He tries to say, why are you shirking away from responsibility? She says it's not about responsibilities. It is about the food. Number of chapatis that normally a family eats or individual eats is benchmarking. Example of a benchmarking. So benchmarking plays a very important role. And any benchmarking has to be extremely ethical. When we talk of benchmarking, it must have morality, it must have reliability, it must have choices, it must have a good relationship, it must be principled, it must be benchmarking should be ethical, as I made a mention. It must be ethical. If you have written a research paper, it must be plagiarized. It must be checked, given a plagiarism check. Now, what are the benchmarking tips that you are able to see? it must give result, it must be ongoing, it must be continuous, it must involve the right people, it must collect the relevant data, and you must be open to those suggestions. That you are able to see that benchmarking tips play an important role. There is 8th function that I wish to comes from IQAC. So you are able to see, to get the desired effect, IQAC must promote technology to see to it that technology reaches everyone in the college. IQAC has a constructivist approach. And what is that? IQAC needs training because the teacher needs training because come into picture. Constructivism talks about new concepts are being constructed so that students benefit. You are able to see the constructivist approach happens to be promoting new teaching methodologies, updating teachers, innovations in teaching and learning. This is one part about teachers. Second, feedback from the students. Fund generation, resource generation in the libraries, focusing on delivery mechanisms, how to teach. These are again constructivist approaches that you are able to see. So you are able to see IQAC is constantly at work. It promotes camps for creation new questions. It promotes learner-centric environment. It promotes creative situations for the teacher focus. And how does a constructivist work? Assume so. The bee wants nectar. In the same way, the teacher communicates with the student communicates with other students, the other students communicate with the student, and there is a knowledge sharing that is taking place. This knowledge sharing must be promoted by IQAC. IQAC also takes care of feedbacks. A very large number of feedbacks can be conducted. Comments are a feedback, survey is a feedback, opinion is a feedback, chatting is a feedback, idea is a feedback. There's so many ways by which feedbacks can be counted. Conducting a benchmark is yet another feature that you are able to see. By having a benchmark, you are setting up the quality. That's what I wanted to make a mention of. And therefore, you are able to see IQAC working is related to understanding the college, its staff, its stakeholders, coordinating with them for an improvising of the quality. It is a suggestive body. It ensures internalization of culture. See, so many aspects. Then comes AQAR, IQAC documentation. Then comes AQAR and NAC reports. It also focuses on teaching, learning, research, administration. So it is related in a variety of ways to the college administration. There are some things that IQAC cannot do ever. It cannot conduct events other than specified ones. It cannot keep the principal and the management aside in dark and hum kaam kar lenge. Not possible. It does not collect funds ki paise ikathe karte hain. It does not conduct examinations. It does not prepare college magazines. It is not the job of IQAC. IQAC is the think tank of the organization to make the organization a better place. Now, when we are talking about IQAC, how to choose the IQAC member? Number one, there is a principal. Number two, there is an IQAC coordinator. Number three, there should be an alumnus. Number four, there should be a social studies person. Number five, there should be some situations that cater to the students, and there should be at least one technology wizard who knows Excel and computers very well. So variety of things are needed by IQAC. That's what I wanted to make a mention of. When we are talking about IQAC, as I made a mention, IQAC needs to have ice on the head, sugar in the tongue. Keep calm and a consistent approach. Don't shout, don't get angry. People will try to make you angry because that will help them to escape out. See to it that you work very effectively. Thank you so much for the presentation that I have given. Now I will like to take questions from the IQAC. We have 10 to 12 minutes. Yes, please. Are there any questions? Walling, sir?
No, sir. No, sir. Dear participants, if there's any queries, kindly write in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. We have 5 to 10 minutes before the next speaker.
Yeah. Many of these that, for example, NAC does not make a mention that a constructivist approach needs to be taken. But unless we have that, the quality of teaching and learning is not going to increase. Yes, please. Any hand raises? There was a hand raise some time ago. Okay. So, well, Walling, sir, I think so there is nothing to answer.
There is one question, sir. There's one question. I'll read
Yes,
it out,
please.
to you, sir. Yeah, it's from Mr. Abhishek Dev. If the college has no IQAC, but even trying to apply for NAC, is it possible, sir?
Ideally, NAC recommends to go for IQAC. If you don't have an IQAC, you have something called as some quality cell. There cannot be a college without a quality cell. Then why not call it as an IQAC? If you can call it as an IQAC, it's better. In the first cycle, though, it is NAC does not say that you should have an IQAC. If you have an IQAC, it's great. Otherwise, also you have some quality decisions to be taken. They are being taken by IQAC. Fine.
Second question, sir.
Yes, please.
From Dr. Mira. Yeah, Dr. Mira. Sir,
Yeah.
kindly suggest how to choose the best IQAC coordinator.
You have to choose the best IQAC coordinator from your lot itself. This is one part. The IQAC coordinator needs to have two abilities. One, to understand the situation and to work in a positive way. And second, to have an ability to learn. IQAC is not about collecting the documentation. IQAC is about analyzing the documentation. IQAC is not about conducting the audits. IQAC is about taking care of those benchmarks to see to it that the institution rises. IQAC is not about promoting the colleges all alone. IQAC is to create an inbuilt desire, fire in the belly of the departments to see to it that students benefit. So we need to see an IQAC coordinator who is ready to learn. So the one who is ready to fight it out, I mean to say you don't have to fight, you have to sort them out, is the one whom you need the most. Yes, please. Next question, please.
Yeah, Pade sir, there is one question regarding this our manual, cluster manual. Have to be made available.
Yeah, is Nanavare sir here? In case he is there, you can just ask them to put it in the link, or you can go on the website, IQAC Cluster website. You will find the link. You can order it out. You will get it. It costs peanuts. It's hardly 500-600 rupees. It's not very expensive. but it is going to be extremely useful. We have conducted workshops with the help of the manual. So we ask the teachers to keep the manual in front and we go ahead with it. So that's really very, very wonderful that you are able to see. If you can have it, it's really very nice. We recommend it and it has been kept at a throwaway price. Next question, please.
There is someone in the audience, Amrinder. He want to raise some query. So please
Yes,
allow
please.
him.
Yes, please.
Dr. Amrinder.
Yes, please.
Yeah, there is one more. What are the formats and documents to keep in IQAC? Whether IQAC is a part of NAC or NAC is a part of NAC again. So I don't understand the question.
Whether IQAC is a part of NAC or NAC is a part of IQAC. This could be the question.
Yeah.
Okay. I had made a mention that what is the relationship between NAC and IQAC is what I had made a mention of. Let us take it this way. That there is NAC which works for the government, for the nation. And there is a NAC which works for the college. The NAC that works for the college is called IQAC. So IQAC is the NAC of the college. Take it this way. When we talk of documents, when we talk of formats, we need to create them. In case you want these, you can always join our courses on documentation and we can give you all the documents. We help you in creating those courses and documents. We help you in how to maintain the document, how to find the document, all how to number the document. It's a small course you can attend that. Yes.
Okay, actually there are 4 hand raised.
Yeah, let's take them very quickly.
So Pratik, please unmute all for a while, at least for 5 minutes.
They
Hello.
can unmute themselves. Yes, they can unmute themselves.
Pahade sir. Pahade sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Pahade sir, this is Dr. Shankar.
Yes, sir.
There is a question, you see, somebody was asking, how to choose the best IQAC coordinator in a college? Pahade sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are hearing you. No issue.
Okay. Pahade sir has to answer this question raised by somebody.
Maybe.
To choose the best IQAC coordinator in a college?
Actually, he has answered this question.
Okay then.
Okay. Dr. Tam. He is trying to ask a question. So the request to the participants, those who have raised their hands, please unmute yourself and raise your question or query.
Good evening, sir. May I ask? I am Professor Jitendra Kumar Singh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Professor Pahade. This is regarding, a formal setting up of IQAC. Am I audible, sir?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what I want to ask, I have been associated with NAC work, and I have found that once the institution undergoes through the first cycle, it is mandatory to have and I was under the understanding that before the first cycle happens, it is at the option of the institution to have some kind of a structure similar to that of IQAC. But I have gone through the manual. Recently, I have come across a manual which says that while applying for NAC, even if it happens to be the first cycle, the institution has to mention that it has IQAC and answer has to be yes. And then they ask for the date of creation of IQAC. So my question is, I mean, am I getting a correct understanding of the document, sir?
Please, sir, unmute. Please unmute. Please, sir, please unmute. Please, sir, please unmute.
Yeah. Fine. What you get is right. Otherwise, also there is something that is going to promote quality. Then why not call it IQAC? Is what I mean to say. And second part is that if you look into 6.5, you find a range of questions that comes on IQAC that needs to be answered in whichever cycle you are. So why not call it IQAC at the earliest? That's what I mean to say. So you should have an IQAC. You should frame your IQAC. You should have people from outside. You should go for those meetings. You should see to it that quality is being pursued in a good way.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not my question, but just I want to share something. The things regarding NAC assessment and accreditation. I just want to mention that each and everything is given in the NAC manual, and all the stakeholders or whoever is going to go through this process of assessment and accreditation, isn't it a good idea to go through the NAC manual in detail at the college level, and every whoever is going through that process, you know?
Yes, very true. What you say is right. Ideally, the college should see to it that they sit together. One of them has gone through it.
Yes.
And step by step, question by question, there is a good discussion that is taking place within the organization. So that on one side, everybody understands the process. On the other side, they also understand what is the logic of that question coming into picture. There are many such questions where they have already given you what is the marking scheme. For example, I'll give you. Somewhere they have made a mention that so and so is present and all the five. For example, in criteria 7, you have all the 5. You have a well also, you have a water collection mechanism also, you have this also, you have that also. What are we saying actually? We are saying that if you have all the 4, you get all the marks. If you have 3, you get 3. Or for that matter, in criteria 1.1, where you are able to see that whether you have anybody into the syllabus framing mechanism, whether you have someone who checks the papers, whether you have someone who creates goes for paper setting. Now there you are able to see 4 of the above, 3 of the above, 2 of the above, none of the above. What are we talking about? We there itself understand what is the way assessment is going to be done. So ideally, we should take the manual, just as Tambori sir has made a mention. We should read it. We should read it in group. We should discuss it out. Spare extra time for this mechanism and then go for the process of NAC. Your suggestion is absolutely right.
I think now there is no query or question remaining here.
Fantastic.
So please, let's go for the second session.
Let's go for the next session.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Please unmute,
Okay.
unmute yourself.
Fine.
Okay, sir. There's one question. Let me just put the questions,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, there's a question to Professor Piyush Bade. How can we adjust the work timing between the IQAC and the classroom teaching?
Okay. It's a very favorite question that keeps on coming again and again. How do you manage your family? And it's a question that comes up. How do we manage our family to see to it that the quality of the family remains good? What do you think, Walling sir? Could it be?
Question was not from Walling sir, it's from someone else.
No, I know
Yes,
it was from someone else, but anybody can try it. What do you do so that your family is a good family? What is it that you would do? Anyone can answer it.
May I add something?
Pahade sir.
Yes, Shankar sir, yes.
Yeah, a little work concession is given in several colleges for the IQAC coordinator. Workload adjustment is there, you see, and allotment of periods he or she handles are also given as per his commitments in the IQAC. That is there. And
this is one part, but let's look at IQAC later on.
Yeah.
What do you do, Shankar sir, at this age so that you still are able to improvise on the quality of your family?
A little sacrifice.
A little sacrifice.
Adjustment, you call it. See?
I think so. Quality is a way of life. It is a way of life.
And
If we can bring that culture into, we don't have to do much. Initially, we may have to put in some efforts, but over a period of time, you don't have to do. Things start working very smoothly and you get wonderful results also. So what you do for your family is ideally what you do over here.
And one more thing I would like to add here.
Yeah.
Please look at our clusterites. They are managing their family very well. They are managing their all college work, IQC work, and even though they are available for 24/7 all over nation,
Yeah.
almost all colleges. Shankar so well better known what these particular things are doing. So it's up to your attitude. If your attitude is good, you can do anything. If you are having the substandard attitude, then there is always a problem. So that is to be covered. That is to be.
Now there is one more question that keeps on coming. When do we get time for research? So if you can make your research, for example, associated with your students, over a period of time, if you work all alone, you create one research paper in 1 year. A very good researcher. If you create very good students who can research, you create 20 research papers in 1 year. They will come in partner. It needs to be imbibed, incorporated with our lifestyle. Then things will be easier. Otherwise, it becomes work. It becomes a lot of work. It becomes troublesome. I think so.
Okay, sir.
To answer the question.
Yes, sir. Can we take the last question?
Yes,
sir?
okay. That will be
Last
the final
question.
one.
Yeah.
Or else Parag will
Yeah,
drive me
final
out
one, sir.
from here. Yeah.
All right. Final one, sir. What
Yes.
are the ideal compositions of IQAC of a college? What
What
are
are
the
the
ideal compositions of IQAC? Ideal compositions of
Ideal.
IQAC.
Composition of IQAC?
Yeah, ideal compositions. Yeah.
Please see the manual. Please see the manual.
Primarily, there should be some teachers. It will depend on the size of the college. There will be some teachers. There will be some people from administrative staff. There will be a representation from every stakeholder. This is one part that we need to count on. Besides it, there should be some academicians from outside, good people. There can be someone from the industry. There can be someone from the social background. To see to it that their suggestions make the institution a better place. Why take these people? Any change that comes in comes from outside. Or unless we send someone outside and then he comes inside, the change does not take place without which. So therefore, for IQAC, we need people who are within and who also are from outside. Number is not an issue. What NAC says is it's a suggestion that they have given. You can have any numbers. You can see to it that good people are there who wish the institution to grow, and things will change.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Piyush Bade, for the insightful role of the IQAC in relation to NAC. It's a request to all the participants. If you want any queries, you can join the Telegram as well as the IQAC Cluster app. There you will able to get the solved queries in each and every doubt of every matrices. The link of the website, Telegrams, as well as the app is given in the chat box. Thank you all. So let us go to the next sessions. That is criterion 1. That will be dealt by Professor Parag Shah. Let me give a short profile of Professor Parag Shah. He is the IQAC coordinator and assistant professor of commerce, PE Society Modern College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Pune. Having more than 23 years of teaching experience, he is the life member of Indian Accounting Associations, BOS, treasurers and founding members of IQAC Cluster. He is engaged in mentoring of affiliated colleges and also coordinated national seminars, short-term FDB conducted by UGC HRDC. He is also the resource person for many FDBs, national seminars and conference. He also presented many papers in national and international conferences and author of 4 books. He is also awarded the best teacher by Progressive Education Society. I now give the remaining time to Professor Parag Shah. Sir, you can kindly take the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me start with the criteria number 1. First of all, I must thank to the organizers of South Chang College for giving me this opportunity to interact with all you people, those who are interested in higher education, quality improvement of higher education institutions. So I welcome you all to this particular session. I would also like to thank all the committee members of the South Chang College and the organizers for arranging this nice webinar. Now, from this session onwards, we are going to discuss different criteria in which we are going to discuss about the different questions asked by NAC for different criteria. I am going to deal with criteria number 1, that is curricular aspects, and we will discuss each and every question in detail. No doubt, if you have any queries, any doubts, you can raise your queries or doubts in the chat box. We will definitely answer those queries. When we talk about the criteria number 1, before starting with the actual data to be written for each and every criteria, the first thing is that in the AQAR as well as in the SSR, we have to first of all fill some basic information about the organization, wherein we have to fill up the details like the name, contact number, email address, and the other details about the principal, the IQAC coordinator, the website address of the institution, the link for the academic calendar. All these things will be required in part A of the AQAR. Then we have to fill up the extended profile as well before starting with the actual data to be given for the 7 different criteria. Now, what additional information that we are going to submit over there in extended profile? We need to submit the information regarding the number of courses offered across all programs. Programs means the degree programs that the institution offers. It can be a maybe 3-year degree program or 4-year degree program, or it can be a 2-year PG program. I'll give you some examples of program. Program means BA, BCom, BSc are the programs, and the subjects taught under these programs are called as courses. Please note down the terminologies from the point of view of NAC. When they talk about program, the programs are nothing but degree programs. And when they talk about the courses, these are the subjects taught under these programs. So now here we have to list out the total number of courses across all programs. So suppose if you have a BSc program at your institution, you are offering BSc program at your institution, and for the first year of BSc, you offer maybe 6 different courses or 6 different subjects. In the second year also, there are 6 different subjects. In the third year also, there are 6 different subjects. So in all, the program contains 18 different courses. If you are offering some elective courses, then the number of courses may increase under that particular program. If in the second year there are 4 different electives, in the third year again there are 4 different electives, so number of courses will increase under one program. So in this situation, we have to count the why I am telling you all these things, because extended profile is the most important thing that we need to fill up while filling the AQAR, as well as while when we are going to go for accreditation, when we are going to submit our self-study report, popularly known as SSR. This extended profile is very important, because in this extended profile, whatever you provide information, it is numerical information that we are going to provide in this extended profile. That information will be taken as denominator in all the other 7 criteria wherever there is a calculation of percentage or calculation of ratio is there. So always the percentage will be calculated on the basis of the information provided by you as the answer to that particular question, and the denominator will be immediately taken from the extended profile, and the calculations will be done by the system. You are not supposed to do any calculation. You are not supposed to calculate the percentage. You are not supposed to calculate any ratio. It will directly appear on the portal when you just key in the numbers, key in the values. Students enrolled under reserve category, or the number of full-time teachers appointed in your institution. Here they are asking about full-time teachers. They are not asking about whether the teacher is on aided basis or self-finance basis, whether the teacher is appointed under the government rules and regulations or by the management. They are asking about full-time teacher. That means a teacher who takes a workload, at least 90% workload of a full-time teacher of a particular post, maybe assistant professor. So the workload of assistant professor is fixed by the UGC. If any teacher is appointed for 90% of that workload, at least 90% of that workload or more than that, then that teacher will be called as a full-time teacher. They are not asking about whether the teacher is permanent or temporary. Then you have to also mention about the number of classrooms, expenditure and other things that is also required, and it will be fetched by the system in some or other of the criteria. Now let us start up with the actual questions of criteria number 1. It is related to curriculum planning and implementation. There are 4 different key indicators in criteria number 1. First key indicator is curricular planning and implementation. We are talking about the affiliated institutions. The affiliated institutions are going to follow the curriculum designed and developed by the university. They are not going to design their own curriculum. Autonomous colleges may design their own curriculum, but the affiliated institutions normally follow the curriculum designed and developed by the university. So how best they can implement it, though the curriculum is designed and developed by the university, their affiliating university, how best they can implement it, how best they can carry it to the students, and what innovative ideas they take over there for carrying out the syllabus or delivering the syllabus, delivering the curriculum to the students. That is taken care of in this particular key indicator, curricular planning and implementation. The first question under this key indicator is related to the institution ensures effective curriculum delivery through a well-planned and documented process. Now, this is a qualitative question. Now, in this criteria, in almost all the criteria, there are some questions which are qualitative in nature and some questions which are quantitative in nature. Qualitative question needs descriptive answers to be written. What do you do over there for that particular situation? And quantitative questions are nothing but numerical answers that you have to provide in the given Excel sheets or in the given area in that particular portal. So here, the first question is a qualitative question wherein they are asking about the institution ensures effective curriculum delivery. That means every institution should follow some such type of set of their arrangements so that they can deliver the curriculum effectively. Though it is prepared or managed or developed by the university, but you have to deliver it to the students, to the student community in the effective manner. At the same time, it should be a well-planned. That means there should be delivery. And again, one more aspect over here is it should be a documented process. That means every such type of plan or whatever efforts you are doing over there, it should be properly documented. You have to write a descriptive answer. For AQAR, you have to 500 words. So what type of efforts you are taking for effective curriculum delivery, that you need to mention over here in descriptive manner. That means the activities you are conducting for effective curriculum delivery should be mentioned over here. For the delivery of the curriculum to the students, there are various types of documents that we can deliver. It can be the academic calendar. Every institution has to prepare the academic calendar, upload it on the institutional website, and we have to also provide a link of that academic calendar in AQAR. We have to prepare the academic calendar. We have to prepare the teaching plan. Every teacher should be in a position to prepare his or her own teaching plan. Then there will be some departmental meetings at the beginning of every academic year, wherein the discussions will be done on the maybe distribution of workload, maybe distribution of the subjects to be minutes of departmental meetings can also be one of the document of effective curriculum delivery. We have to also decide the learning outcomes of each and every course. We are going to discuss these learning outcomes in detail in criteria number 2. So I am not going to go in detail over here for just learning outcomes. We will prepare a timetable. There will be a departmental timetable, individual timetable, and a timetable of the organization as a whole if it is a multi-faculty institution. Because in that situation, many of the cases, the available infrastructure is shared by the various faculties. engage the classrooms in morning shift, and another faculty may engage the classrooms in afternoon shift. And then they may swap the laboratory sessions. Sometimes they may engage the classrooms, and at the other shift they may engage the laboratories. So we have to prepare a consolidated timetable for the institution as a whole, so that we can show that we have planned for effective curriculum delivery with the available infrastructure. Then we have to keep the attendance record of the students for each class. Then the resources of teaching learning resources should be made available to the teaching faculty members, and what resources are available in the institution that you can mention over there. Sometimes you have to start with some bridge courses. If the students that those who are taking admission at the entry level, if their understanding level is something different than the other students, you may find some of the students, whenever the students change their stream, if a science student takes admission to either commerce or arts faculty, maybe a student who is completed his 12th or HSC examination from science team, but now he decides not to continue with science team. I have to go to commerce team, or I have to go to arts team. Then in that situation, maybe he is not aware about the basic concepts of the stream which he is going to enter over there. So in that situation, a bridge course will be arranged, will be decided by the faculty members for those students who are from other stream and they don't know about the basic concepts of the stream where they are going to enter. And this bridge course will be decided by the teachers themselves. They will frame the curriculum for those bridge courses, how much curriculum should be delivered, what should be taught, for how many days it should be taken, what should be the duration. Everything will be decided by the institution as per the requirement of the teachers as well as the students, those who are going to maintain the level of understanding of every student in the class. To match the gap between the level of understanding, we have to arrange these bridge courses, and whether to for how many duration it should be, what should be the curriculum, who should teach, whether it should be given free of cost or it should be charged. Everything will be decided by the management according to the management policy. Management, it is your management decision. So we have to organize some bridge courses if it is required for some of the students, those whose understanding level is different than the other students, so that when we actually start teaching, having same understanding level. After some time, you may find out, the teachers may find out, some of the students are slow learners and some of the students are advanced learners. Some of the students need more attention, need in one class. So if you identify some of the students which are slow learners, which need more attention, which need more explanation, which need more attention, you can frame one remedial course for those students, and then you can same as the bridge course, whether for how much duration it should be taken, for whether it should be charged or it should be offered free of cost, that will be decided by the management. And the remedial course, the curriculum of the remedial course will depend upon the students, their requirement. Remedial course curriculum. You can also provide the students with question banks, previous year question papers, academic activity plans will be prepared over there. So you can prepare the result analysis, and every teacher should maintain a teacher's diary, so that the planning and execution and delivery of the curriculum will be documented, and we can provide the documentary evidences of this well-planned activity. So, and this is the situation of the documentation for the curriculum delivery. Now let us think about the second question. Let us discuss about the second question. The institution adheres to the academic calendar, including for the conduct of continuous internal evaluation. Now, academic calendar is important for every educational institution. Every institution has to prepare the academic calendar. The academic calendar will be first prepared by the institution on the basis of the academic calendar prepared by the university, affiliating university, because affiliating university will declare the starting date of any particular academic year, ending date of the first semester, starting date of the second semester, and ending date of the second semester. Simultaneously, the university will also declare the probable dates of examination, because when you are in affiliating system, the examinations are going to be conducted by the university. So once you know about the date of commencement of the academic year, date of closing of a particular semester, and the probable dates of the examination, you can the academic year is going to start, when one of the semester is going to end. In between that, you have to plan for the activities. Now, this planning will be done in different situations, different levels. It can be at the institutional level, it can be at the departmental level, it can be at the individual level. So the planning of academic calendar will be on in different levels. You have to plan for going to start in the month of June. The university has declared that we are going to start the academic year in the month of June, maybe on 15th of June or 10th of June. And they may declare that our examinations will be conducted in the month of October. So now you know that you are going to start with the academic session in the month of June, and the semester and examinations will be in the month of October. In between that, that means June, July, August, and September are the months wherein you have to plan for your activities. At the same time, you have to also plan for the internal evaluation, because again, you have to evaluate your students for internal evaluation process. Whatever the internal evaluation process is given by the instructions are given by the university, you have to plan for those internal evaluation system. And again, in that academic calendar, you will mention that in this month, maybe in the month of September, or in the month of maybe at the end of August or first week of September, we are going to go for internal evaluation. So every teacher, every faculty member will know about in the end of August, at the end of August or in the first week of September, we are having internal evaluation. That means I should deliver my curriculum at least these many topics till the second week of August, so that the students will prepare themselves for the internal evaluation. The students will also come to know by looking at the academic calendar. The students will also come to know about how they have to be well prepared for the internal evaluation. In the month of August, we are having our internal evaluation, so we should be well prepared before that. Now, once the dates for internal evaluation are fixed, then we can plan for other curriculum related, co-curricular, extracurricular, and other activities, research-based activities, and other remaining period of time. So academic calendar is important from every stakeholder's point of view. We have to upload this academic calendar on the institutional website, and we have to also provide the link of this academic calendar, and we have to mention how the institution adheres to the academic calendar actually when they take all these activities. That means if we have planned in the beginning of the year, we have planned that in this month we are going to conduct a workshop, we are going to conduct some co-curricular related activities or extracurricular related activities, or maybe some student related activities or quiz or competitions are going to be organized in this month. Are they conducted? Are they organized in the same month or not? If you are planning that you are going to conduct a always take into consideration. That means here the role of IQAC is to take a proper follow-up of all the departments, all the faculty members in your institution, that they follow the academic calendar that you have prepared at the beginning of the academic year. And then you can mention how you have conducted all the activities and how the calendar is followed meticulously, and it can be maybe some due to some unavoidable circumstances, it can be there can be some variation in that following of the academic calendar, but at least 90% you can follow that academic calendar. In some situations it can change in some situation due to some unavoidable circumstances. So this is again one more qualitative question. In AQAR, you have to mention the you can write this answer up to 200 words, but for SSR you have to write it for 500 words. The third question of first key indicator is related to the teachers and the affiliating university, the role of your teachers in the activities conducted by the affiliating university. Whether any of your teachers are on academic council or BOS, the Board of Studies of your affiliating university, whether any of your staff members or faculty members are engaged in paper setting of undergraduate or postgraduate programs, whether any of your staff members are engaged in design and development of curriculum for add-on or certificate or diploma courses offered by the university, or any of your staff members are engaged in assessment or evaluation process of affiliating university. Now, here, how many members are engaged in all these activities is not important. In how many activities your staff members are involved is most important. Whether your staff members are involved in any one of the activity, or two of activities, or three activities, or all four activities, that is more important. So here, for academic council or board of study, if any of the faculty member, even if it is one faculty member, no problem, you can write it there. So if you claim that your faculty member, one of your faculty member is a member of academic council of affiliating university or board of study member of affiliating university, you have to provide the letter from the university that so and so person is the member of academic council, or so and so person is a member of board of study for so and so subject. For paper setting, again you have to provide the order received from the university to the faculty members that we are appointed, this person has been appointed from our institution, this person has been appointed for paper setting work of affiliated university. For design and development, again you need some documentary evidence that so and so person is engaged in design and development of curriculum of some of the course. And assessment evaluation process, again the university that you have been appointed for the assessment or evaluation process of so and so examination. Here in assessment and evaluation process, even the appointment for viva voce examination or practical oral examinations will also be considered as the appointment for university examination work. And one more thing is important over here, that is here the all these things should be only related to affiliated university. If any of your faculty members are engaged in any such activities of any other university other than your affiliating university or any other autonomous institutions, it will not be counted for this question for affiliated institutions. Here it is clearly mentioned that your faculty members should be engaged in such type of activities of affiliated. The third question, and this is a quantitative question. There is no qualitative answer that you have to write. Here you have to just take the one of the option. At the same time, you have to also upload the documents. Now from this 2021 AQAR onwards, we have to upload the documentary evidences along with the answers. So if you take to all or any three or any two, you have to immediately upload the documentary evidences. Here they will count one teacher for 1 year only once for one activity. So if a teacher is a BOS member of maybe 4 different types of BOS, he will be counted as one teacher. If he is a member of 4 different board of studies in affiliating university, it will be only one teacher. One teacher. It will not be 4 teachers are BOS members. If one teacher is having 4 different orders in his own name, it will be one teacher. So this is a quantitative question. Along with the quantitative questions, even along with qualitative question also, we have to upload some documentary evidences. Now, it is quite possible that you may question that if we are under affiliated system, we have to follow whatever curriculum is designed. See, there are some such ways wherein you can provide for the flexibility. What type of flexibility you can provide? Let us see. The first question under this key indicator is number of programs in which choice-based credit system or elective course system has been implemented. So we have to write the number of programs, degree programs, in which either choice-based system is implemented by the university, or there is some elective course system. That means you offer 4 different courses and students can choose one of them. So in this program, there are 4 options and students can choose one of the option as per their own choice. Or in this particular course, there are 2 different courses that we offer them and student can choose one of the course which as per their own choice. So elective course system is implemented in your institution. So you have to put the number of such programs. So if you are offering maybe 15 programs, so out of these 15 programs, maybe undergraduate programs, there are 10 undergraduate programs and 5 postgraduate programs. How many of them are under choice-based credit system? Or how many of them are under elective course system? Now, if at all, the choice-based credit system is implemented in your institution by the university, you have to make a list of all those programs. If the programs are choice-based as well as there are some elective courses also available in that program, you have to count it under choice-based only. No need to count it under elective course system. First, you have to make a list of all programs having choice-based credit system, and if there are few programs which are not having choice-based credit system, then search whether there is some elective course system available in those course programs or not, and then you can provide. Mostly you will get 100% score over here because in almost all the universities, all the programs are now choice-based in nature, and maybe some of the programs are having elective course system as well. So it is no doubt you can get good score over here for this particular question. And here you have to prepare the list of programs that you offer under your institution, and that list is required to be signed and attested by the registrar of affiliating university that we offer so and so institution offers so and so programs offered by our university. In this case, you have to also upload the minutes of the academic council of the university or BOS meeting, minutes of BOS meetings. Normally you can get it in the syllabus itself or the notification given by the university that from so and so academic year we are going to start with the choice-based credit system for so and so programs. So that type of documentary evidences can be provided with this particular question. Again, this question, and to support what you are providing over there, you have to also give the documentary evidences. let us discuss about the second question of second key indicator. Number of add-on or certificate programs offered. Now, how many add-on? Now, just look at the word add-on. That means there must be some program or some certificate course which is going to add some knowledge in your existing curriculum. That means if at all you are delivering a particular course, you are offering a particular course under a program to your students, and in that particular course you identify that some additional things can also be provided which is not in that curriculum, which is not included in the curriculum, but if you provide that additional knowledge to the students, they will be more employable, they will be more industry ready. That means to existing subject, add-on courses are normally subject related, because to the existing subject, if you are going to add some additional things apart from the curriculum designed and developed by the university, it is called as add-on program. Or there can be some certificate programs which are not directly related to the curriculum or not directly related to any of the subject of the curriculum. You can provide them as a certificate program. That means the institution should additionally provide some additional type of programs to the students apart from the regular curriculum given by the university. So apart from the regular curriculum, if you are providing with some additional certificate courses or add-on programs, students will get some hands-on training, some additional information, some additional knowledge. They will upgrade their knowledge and they will be more competent in the global world. And whenever they go for any employment or self-employment, they will be more competent, they will be more industry ready. So you need to offer these add-on programs. You can offer these add-on programs, and you have to provide the number of these programs that you offer to the students. Now, if you claim that we offer maybe 10 add-on and certificate programs to the students, what type of documentary evidences are required over there? You have to upload the brochure of that program. Then you have to upload the curriculum of that program. You have to put or upload the notices of that program. You can mention the list of admitted students to that program. You can provide with the attendance sheets of that program. So how many students have actually enrolled, how many students have actually attended those programs, how many students have successfully completed those programs, and maybe their feedbacks, their certificates can also be uploaded in the claim of this particular question. This is also a quantitative question because you have to provide with the numbers of programs you offer to the students. The next question in the same key indicator is again related with this 1.2.2. 1.2.2 and 1.2.3 are interrelated with each other. If at all you offer some add-on or certificate programs to the students, now the NAC is not only looking after how many programs you offer to the students, but at the same time they also are looking after how many of your students are undergoing these programs or these courses. They undertake, they get themselves admitted to these certificate programs or add-on programs. That means here the role of IQAC, role of every faculty member in the institution is more important. That you just you should not only plan or prepare the curriculum for those add-on programs, you have to also encourage your students to take more and more participation in such type of programs. So as I told you that you have to give the information about the name of the add-on program or name of our certificate program, the duration of the program, its curriculum, then assessment procedure, outcome of that program, list of enrolled students, attendance record of the students, their certificates, their feedback, and all these things can be uploaded as the documentary evidence of the claim that you are doing over there. That so many students, maybe we are having, suppose if any institution is having 3,000 students on the campus across all the programs, and if you say proudly that 300 of our students are going doing this add-on programs, NAC will immediately calculate the percentage. 300 students from 3000 students means only 10% students are offering this particular add-on programs offered by the institution. That means you will be getting only 10% of the marks allocated to this question. So please make it sure that more and more number of students should go for these add-on programs, certificate programs. And again, here also, they are going to count the number of students. If one student is repeating, maybe is repeating in 3-4 different add-on programs, the student will be counted once only. So it is the duty of every faculty member or IQAC to involve more and more number of students in these add-on programs. At least every student should complete at least one add-on or certificate program in 1 year. Student wants to complete, he has completed or she has completed one add-on program, and now he or she wishes to take admission to another add-on program in the same academic year, you can offer them. Any of the add-on programs, you have to encourage those students to get themselves enrolled in at least one of the add-on or certificate program during the academic year, so that the institution can also increase the percentage in this particular question. At the same time, the students will get benefit of additional knowledge, which will be very much useful for their employment purpose. Now let us discuss about the third key indicator. Third key indicator is related to curriculum enrichment. Even though the curriculum is designed and developed by the affiliated university, you can enrich that curriculum with some different issues or some different activities. How to enrich that curriculum, and for that, what different type of activities you can conduct, that we are going to check over there in this third key indicator for the first criterion. The first question under this third key indicator is institution integrates cross-cutting issues relevant to professional ethics, gender, human values, environment and sustainability into the curriculum. Now, whether in any of the part of curriculum, if any of such type of cross-cutting issues are mentioned, and in that regard, the institution is conducting some or other of the activities. It is not only you have to conduct only workshops or seminars. It can be a guest lecture, any activity, street play, role play, or any such type of activity to address these cross-cutting issues. It can be professional ethics, it can be gender sensitivity, it can be human values, it can be cyber security, because nowadays these things are cross-cutting issues. So to address these cross-cutting issues which are mentioned somewhere in the curriculum by the university in any one of the course, because here at the same time, if you say that these are the cross-cutting issues addressed by the institution, at the same time you have to also mention about the curriculum, that in this course, in this curriculum of the university, they have mentioned about this particular cross-cutting issue, and for that we have taken this particular activity. So we have to relate the curriculum with these cross-cutting issues and the activities that we are conducting to address these cross-cutting issues, that we have to mention over here in this particular question 1.3.1. The second question is number of courses that include experiential learning through project work, field work, or internship. Now, the question 1.3.2 is related to experiential learning, which is included in the curriculum by the affiliating university. Now, here the important thing is that every faculty member, every teacher needs to read the curriculum designed and developed by the university thoroughly, and you have to find out where at least one of the mention is made about in that particular curriculum about project work or field work or internship. That means any practice that number of courses, and we have to mention the number of courses. Now, as I told you that in extended profile, we are going to provide with the total number of courses across all programs. In this question, we are going to provide with the number of courses which includes experiential learning. Not in AQAR, but in SSR, the NAC is going to count the percentage of the courses which include experiential learning. If you are offering maybe 100 courses across all programs, and out of these 100 courses, 30 courses are having either the word of project work or field work or internship or any such type of practical training is mentioned in your curriculum. So it comes to 30%. It comes to 30% of the all courses that offer experiential learning. So it is the duty of each and every faculty member to find out such courses wherein these experiential learning words are mentioned in that particular curriculum by the university. Now, this is a quantitative question wherein we have a DVV sheet, that is data validation and verification. DVV is the short form of data validation and verification. There will be one Excel sheet. Format is already given. You can download these formats from NAC website, and the DVV sheets are available. That Excel sheets are available. You have to download those Excel sheets and fill up the matter over there. Fill up the numbers which they ask in their own format. We are not supposed to change their column, add any sheet to that Excel worksheet. We should not, we can increase the number of rows, but we cannot increase the number of columns over there for that DVV sheet. Now, here, the first, this 1.3.2 question is related to number of courses, which includes experiential learning. The following question, 1.3.3, is also related with the 1.3.2, the previous question. What it states is number of students undertaking project work, field work, or internship. Now, in 1.3.2, you are telling the NAC people about out of 130 courses have experiential learning. Now, if out of 100 courses, 30 courses are having experiential learning in your institution that you offer, how many of your students are undertaking these type of experiential learning? How many of your students are going for project work? How many of your students are going for field work? How many of your students are going for internships? That you have to mention over there in 1.3.3. Again, here also you have to give numerical information, but if you look at the DVV sheet, they require the names of students who undergo these type of experiential learning things. So you have to make a list of these students, those who undertake field work or project work or internship. At the same time, we have to also provide the documentary evidences to support your answer. What type of documentary evidences are required over here? You have to, if it is a project work, you have to make a list of all those projects. It should be signed by the head of the institution. Then, if it is a field work, the objective of the field work, a small report about the field work, how many students have visited that particular field, the sum of the photographs of that particular field, if it is in a particular public area, whether you have taken any permission of any other authority, public authority or government authority to work over there in that particular field. If it is internship, the students going for internship from your institution may get certificate or letter from the institution where they have undergone that internship, what they have, how many days and for how many duration they have completed their internship. That type of letter, documentary evidence is required, and you can upload all these documentary evidence Let us move to the last key indicator of first criteria. It is related to feedback. Now, feedback is most important from every higher education institution. You have to take feedback from the students, from other stakeholders as well. Not only from students, but other stakeholders as well. Other stakeholders are maybe the employers of your students, maybe the teachers, your own teachers, or the teachers from other institution as well, maybe your alumni, the pass out students, and your own students. There is one more stakeholder, parents, but NAC is not expecting any feedback from parents, at least in this particular framework, revised framework. Previously, they were also asking about feedback from parents, but now they have removed that particular stakeholder from this question. Now, when we talk about the feedback question or feedback key indicator of criteria number 1, it is only related to curriculum and nothing else. The feedback which we are going to mention in criteria number 1 is only related to a curriculum. Maybe the infrastructure related feedback or any other facility related feedback from the students, but here you have to mention only the feedback related to curriculum and you have to analyze that feedback. So first question under this key indicator is institution obtains feedback on the syllabus. Look at the question. They have specifically mentioned feedback on the syllabus and its transaction at the institution from the following stakeholders. They have clearly mentioned the name of stakeholders from whom you need to consider, you need to take these feedbacks. They are expecting the feedback from students on syllabus, teachers on syllabus, employers. Employers means not your own employers, employers of your students, where your students are going for employment. When they actually pass out from your institution and go for employment, their employers can give feedback. If you have a good rapport with your students, you can ask them to get those questionnaires filled up from their employers. And the alumni, your pass out students. Alumni should be the alumni of maybe in recent few years. It should not be alumni of last 20 years. It can be alumni of maybe 3-4 years back alumni. So that at least when he passed out or she passed out from your institution, he or she may get a job or maybe opportunity to work with an industry. Immediately they will identify that these were the skills that they are lacking. These were the skills that needs to be undertaken if at all they want to excel in their own field. So they may give such type of feedback to you. Even the employers may give you some feedback that we have appointed your product, that means your students, in our institution, but when we have checked their skill sets, we identified these are the skills that they were lacking, and we have to provide them more training about that particular skill set, and then they became industry ready, then they became ready for our own institution, and then they started their work. But to make them ready, we have to spend maybe 1 month or 2 months in training. So if you provide that type of skill sets at your own institutional level when they are actually doing their graduation, it will help us to a great extent, and we will reduce our training period. So feedback is more important. Here again, in this particular first question, you have to mention from how many stakeholders you have taken feedback, from all 4 stakeholders or 3 stakeholders or 2 stakeholders or only 1 stakeholder, or you have not taken any feedback. So it is a quantitative question. You have to just take out the option whether you have taken the feedback from all stakeholders or not. Now, what the documentary evidences are required, feedback should be, it is better if you take online feedback. Then you have to also upload the sample feedback forms, sample filled feedback forms from each stakeholder as documentary evidence. Sometimes the DVV committee may ask for randomly selected stakeholders feedback form for verification. That means they will just check randomly whether what you say is correct or not. There is one more question related to feedback. Now, only collection of feedback is not sufficient. If at all you have collected the feedback, have you analyzed that feedback? If it is collected, it should be analyzed. If it is analyzed, you should identify the gray areas and you should immediately take action on that feedback. And if at all you have taken any action on the feedback, you should make that action taken report available on the website for all the stakeholders. That means we have taken the feedback, we have analyzed the feedback, we have taken some action on that feedback. If the alumni, if the employers, if the teachers, if the students are telling that these things should be added to the curriculum, we need to take some action. Now, what type of action can we take? Either the action will be in the form of communication of these things to the university board of study members, that this should be added in the existing curriculum. It is missing in the curriculum. If it is added to the curriculum, students will be more, students will get more skills. Students will be industry ready, so they will have more type of employment opportunities. They will get more employment opportunities. So such type of suggestions should be provided to the board of study members, and a submitted copy should be kept by the institution that we have at least given this type of feedback to the board of study members. Whether to accept it or not is up to the board of study members of university. Sometimes they may accept in the revised syllabus, in the revised curriculum, they may add these things. If at all, before submission of your AQAR or SSR, if at all, whatever suggestions you have given to these BOS members, if they have accepted and there is a revised syllabus with all these points included in that particular curriculum, you can provide this proof that we have given this letter, we have the acknowledgement that we have submitted this letter on so and so date, and in this year the curriculum has been revised, and maybe the board of study members have included this point in the curriculum. So that can be a best documentary evidence for you to provide to the NAC that we have taken some action, and BOS members have also taken the cognizance of our feedback. But it is always not possible, because maybe if a curriculum is revised just now and you have taken the feedback from the first batch of that curriculum, you may get different type of feedback from different stakeholders. You may communicate it to the BOS members. Now the next revision of curriculum by the affiliating university maybe after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. So maybe it is not going to execute immediately. So till then, what to do? You have to just send a letter to the BOS members, get the received copy of that letter that we have submitted, that feedback to the BOS members that these things should be added to the curriculum. But at the same time, if it is going to be taken into consideration, maybe after 3-4 years, maybe your 2-3 batches are going to pass out from your institution. So what to do? They are not, maybe the curriculum will be changed after 4 years or 5 years, and between that your 4 batches are going to pass out and they are going to miss that particular skill set, because it will not be there in their own curriculum. So now in that situation, you can design your own add-on or certificate program for giving that particular curriculum, that particular skill set to your students, so that it will be again one more action taken on your feedback. We have received the feedback. We know that the students are, maybe one of the employer has given that your students needs to be given some soft skill training, needs to be given some spoken language training. So if you have mentioned it to the BOS members, maybe they are going to implement it maybe after 3 years. But till then, you can start your own add-on or certificate programs in your own institution. You can offer them to your students so that they will get these type of advantages and they will be industry ready. They will have more advantage in the industry. So in this way also you can take some action. Now, if you take that action, you can mention it in this question, as well as you can also claim it in the add-on programs question that we have provided this add-on or certificate program to the students. So it is a win-win situation if you take the feedback, if you analyze it, and if you take the action. The first thing is that you can give that letter to the university. At the same time, you can have your own add-on program based on that particular feedback. So this is all about criteria number 1. I have discussed all questions in detail with the criteria number 1. Still, if you have any doubts, any queries, we can have the discussion. Thanks a lot. Thank you everyone for the patient listening.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Over to you, Walling sir.
Hello, sir. Can we take up some questions?
Sure.
No problem.
All right. So the first question is regarding it's been pointed by Dr. Shankar itself. See, in criteria number 1.1.3, in many affiliated colleges are not given the opportunity in the universities for paper settings and for BOS and all these things. So what need to be done to score in this criteria, sir?
Actually, NAC is not expecting 100% participation of your faculty members in these type of activities. But if your faculty members are competent enough and they can reach up to the affiliating university, that they are going to look after over there. They are not expecting 100% participation in all these activities. But at least few of your faculty members, even if one faculty member is having paper setting order or evaluation. Paper setting and evaluation will be for each and every person. That will not be a question. The question is related only with the BOS members because everyone cannot be a BOS member. And NAC is also not expecting that each and every institution is having a representation on BOS. Don't worry about that. We have to try our level best to at least send one of the faculty member. Now it is again the leadership and management related issue. So how your leadership is good enough to send your faculty members on BOS? That is the piece. They are not expecting 100%.
For the advanced learner, what measures can be taken, sir?
For advanced learners, you can now it can be the subject related particular programs or particular activities you can give for advanced learners. You can have some competitions, you can have some research based activities for advanced learners.
The next question is regarding why BOS member in universities other than the affiliated one not considered meritorious?
I don't get your question.
Why is BOS member in universities other than the affiliated colleges not considered meritorious? I think he's asking regarding the private colleges.
Yes. In autonomous institutions or in other universities.
Yes.
We have also communicated it to the NAC people, but as per the SOPs and as per the current manual, we have to consider only affiliated university members. We have also communicated it from IQAC cluster itself. We have communicated to the NAC people that at least you should consider the members from autonomous institutions as well.
Shah sir, may I add something?
Yes, please.
It has been found that on this particular metric, sometimes people cheat in the sense they produce fake document from some fake universities and like that. So once it was pointed by NAC that such documents are not accepted, so they have directly restricted this. That means we are not going to lose mark over that if a less number of teachers are on BOS or some other case. It is not expected that each and every teacher should have some BOS membership or something like that. It is not expected, so need not worry about that. But that may be the case. Yes, that's why that NAC has taken this particular step to accept only affiliated university BOS documents and all that. Okay.
There were some incidences wherein there was a give and take also the
methodology.
So there are different autonomous institutions. You call us on your BOS and we will call you on our BOS. So we will have win-win situation. Every member will have at least one BOS membership. So that was identified by NAC, and then they have removed that particular thing.
Okay, the next question is regarding criteria number 1.3.2, that is projects, fieldworks, and internships. Could we include regular practical course in 1.3.2, sir?
If it is mentioned in the curriculum about the project or field work or internship is mentioned in the curriculum of that particular practical course, then you can mention, because they are asking about the curriculum. If it is under the curriculum, then only they are going to count it. So check your curriculum, read it carefully. If it is about the curriculum, in that curriculum that it is experiential learning is required for this particular practical course, you can mention.
Okay, the next question is regarding internships, field projects are not included in the curriculum given by the university. So in that case, what step could be followed in order to score points in that criteria, sir?
One thing is that if your institution is offering internship or field work or the project work apart from curriculum, if it is not mentioned in the curriculum but still you are offering, you can count it in criteria number 2 under experiential learning. If it is not counted in criteria number 1, you can count it in
included under criteria 1, sir.
It will not be included. If it is not in the curriculum, it will not be included in criteria number 1, but it will be considered for criteria 2, and criteria 2 is having more number of marks. So don't worry about that. You will get marks over there.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, Joshi asking question regarding which courses, regular practical courses also consider as a experiential learning. Sir, I want to add something. Can you add?
Yes, please.
Okay. Generally, when you consider the regular practical courses, Joshi sir, when you consider the regular practical courses, that including field visit or project work, that should be considered in this experiential learning courses. Therefore, we will increase the number of courses in this 3.1.2. Therefore, also you get the more benefit. Therefore, I am giving one simple example. In a chemistry SYBSc practical, there is one field visit or industrial visit. That's why this practical course, regular practical course, also consider as a experiential learning. Some, as for example, in TYBSc, one course is total having project work. One in physics also, in chemistry also. Therefore, we consider this regular practical course number 3 is also including experiential learning. Okay. Shah sir.
Yes, please.
Over to you.
Someone has raised a hand. Dr. C. Lakshminathan. Dr.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Hello.
Someone is talking in between. Yes, sir.
Yes,
please.
yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Dr. Lakshminath from Andhra Pradesh, sir, Akre Nageswara College. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, the students have been doing their project work as a part of the curriculum, sir. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. No. I am the HOD of MBA department at Akre Nageswara College, sir. The students have been doing the project work as a part of their curriculum, sir. Can we claim this curriculum-wise internships as a weightage in the metrics, sir?
Yes, definitely.
How it is, sir?
Definitely, you can claim it as it is mentioned in the curriculum. You can definitely claim it.
Okay, sir. Okay. That is a part and parcel of the MBA course, sir.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Related to the curriculum, if it is mentioned in the curriculum, you can mention it in this particular key indicator.
Yes, sir. That is the as per the AICT model curriculum, sir.
Maybe, sir.
Yeah, that is in between second and third semester they are supposed to go as a part of their curriculum. and that will be considered as a 200 marks in third semester and fourth semester, sir. Can
Sir,
we
sir.
go for climbing of this one as per the weightage metric, sir?
No. What NAC expects here is that whatever supports teaching and learning other than classroom teaching, whatever happens may be related to the syllabus, mentioned in the syllabus, not mentioned in the syllabus, that is to be counted as a supportive learning or this particular aspect. So whether it's a project work, whether it's a internship, whether it is study tour, whatever. Through which when student gets some learning, that is to be counted. We must have some documentary support for that. If it is there, NAC accept all these things there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I hope all the questions are now cleared. Yeah. Now it's over to you, Walling sir.
Okay.
Yeah. No more questions. Most of the queries have been resolved by our expert Dr. Shankar sir and Dr. Ramdas Pawar sir and myself also. So I hope both of the sessions are now over. Now it's up to you, Walling sir. You decide.
Hello. Sir, one question. Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a last question here. How to accommodate add-on courses in institutional timetable? Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Now it is up to the availability of your infrastructure and the duration that is needed over there. So according to the availability of infrastructure, you have to decide the add-on courses and their duration.
And one more thing is required for that. Institutions should have some academic policy. In academic policy, you should mention that other than these hours, this particular time is reserved for such and such activities, maybe add-on course, maybe certificate course, maybe any other thing. So that if it is supported by such type of this document, that is policy, and if it is actually happened in your institution, if you are giving its proofs, then these particular things are accepted. Now when to organize, that is up to your institution and your management. So how can other people, outsiders, how can tell you that this is the ideal time and that is the not ideal time? So that is up to you. Your institution has to take that decision.
Okay, Conway sir, I agree with you. Also, there is mentioned this courses duration in your academic calendar, institute academic calendar.
That should be mentioned there. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. If you want to mention the timetable, it is no problem. But if you mention in the academic calendar, it is very important.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can we come to a conclusion, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before we come to the conclusion, sir, can we have a screenshot with all the participants, sir?
Yes. Respected participants, please start your cameras. And Walling sir, you go for its screenshots. All the 4-5 screens are there. And also you have been shared the feedback link for today's session. Please go for that feedback there, as well as you can give your feedback on the WhatsApp group too. Whatever things you have not understood or you want to have add something, your opinion etc., that can be written on that particular group, WhatsApp group. That is also valid. So please go for these screenshots.
Okay, sir. I'm doing that, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, participants. To conclude today's sessions, I just wanted to give thanks to Professor Piyush Bhade, our first resource person, as well as our second resource person, that is Professor Parag Shah, for your insightful details regarding the IQAC institutionalizations and regarding the criterion 1. I also give thanks to Professor Shankar for solving the queries in the chat box. I also give thanks to Professor Bharat Kangode for handling the smooth functionings of today's session, sir. With this, I request the participants to be as active as today in tomorrow's sessions, also with more queries, so that we can all learn cooperatively. With this, I conclude today's sessions officially. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night.